So recently I've been playing Resonance of Fate on the PS3, and it's pretty good. It's a JRPG made by Tri-Ace, but okay, hold up, because oh boy, let me tell you about this game's battle system, because it's got layers. Okay, here's some backstory. So, it takes place on a future Earth where emissions of poisonous gas has made much of the surface unlivable. Being the bastions of creation and destruction that we are, humanity created Basil, a huge air purifier that made the conditions around the area habitable. Because the Basil was the only place you could survive, people built a huge city at the base of it. After that, the whole society goes pretty 1984. In short, the Zen system pretty much controls the humans by creating rigid social classes and controlling people's lifespans with pretty crystals. There's a caste system and a religion surrounding the Zen system, so AI is basically God. It's so interesting, I promise I'll do a video on it someday, but that battle system... So, to finally get to the point, your mode of giving the enemies their hurtin' juice is called the Tri-Attack battle system. Basically, it's a mix of real-time and turn-based moves, where you take turns on what moves you want to perform while also moving around the field in a given time limit. Aiming also uses up the amount of time you have to pull off a move. On top of that, depending on the distance between you and your enemies, the amount of time it'll take you to aim will be shorter the closer you are and longer if they're far away. So far, simple enough, but like I said before, those layers. If you let your gun charge during a turn, you can deal extra damage if you're willing to risk taking some. On top of that, you can perform hero actions, or the Matrix but without the slow-mo and everyone's an edgy anime character. Although it's just basically running in a straight line, hero actions are another way to deal damage and maneuver around the battlefield. During this move, you can throw enemies airborne, smack them down, and perform other moves that give you even more options to lay down the hurt. Or, you know, suppress the threat. So, remember those layers? Well, here's another mechanic, bezels. Bezels are those red, boxes you see at the bottom of the screen, and they do magical and cryptic things. These bezels can heal you when you're in a tight spot, which each one giving you about 1000 HP, but seeing that you use a lot of health during the game, you can easily go through these things if you're running low, so it's best just to have health items on hand. You're going to be mainly using bezels for your hero actions, which fill into your hero gauge. That's right, to do your hero actions you have a completely separate gauge for that. This game and its layers. But lo and behold, that gauge also has another use. You can do your really powerful super duper friendship move, the Tri-Attack. Basically, once you form a triangle with your hero actions, you can gang up on the poor soul you have your eyes set on and go to town. You know, the game's design does give off an urban city kind of feel, so a group of people with guns in what looks like an alley kinda looks like you're mugging someone in the most stylish way. Or, you know, a gang war. But holy crap, this has to be one of the most complex battle systems I've come across. The worst part is that the game doesn't even tell you how to play in the beginning. In the starting area of the game, there's an arena you can go to that'll show you the tutorial, and the game barely mentions that it's there. Once you're in, there are fucking 16 tutorials to go through. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it took someone an hour or more to really understand and get what's going on. Hell, there's a few things I didn't go over since I felt they were self-explanatory. But I wouldn't blame you if you went back just to see if you're doing it right, because you know I did. Honestly, I've been liking this game, even learning how its battle system works, but I am starting to feel it's just a complex system and nothing more. It doesn't really feel like I need any skill to get through a fight, leading to things feeling repetitive further into the game. But then again, I'm still pretty early on to the game, so that can change. I just really wanted to talk about this game's unique battle system because it piqued my interest that much. The game does some pretty cool things early on. That whole opening makes me really interested about what this game is about story-wise, and the characters are already pretty interesting early on too. And while those hero actions are simple, they look pretty sick visually. So I can't wait to jump back in and see what this game has to offer in whole.